while in Missouri right now, me and the dog. Been really, really sick. Been going through some spiritual warfares. Things with people that I think are very close to me, but sometimes we don't understand each other. Probably all thought I just dropped off the face of the earth, which I kind of did. After I lost my driver, it was really hard. I don't know who else is going to be on here, but there's a lot to talk about. I'm kind of withdrawn out, trying to figure out what God's trying to tell me, where I'm supposed to be, what my focus is. I see there's several of you on here, getting on here real quick. Y'all probably thought I was dead. I'm in the middle of Missouri, southern Missouri actually, so hopefully my signal holds up. It's a beautiful day out here. We are moving forward. Good evening, Brian. Hi, Diesel. You probably missed the first few minutes, so I'll recap. I am still alive. I have been pretty sick, off and on for 2 months, where I still, stay alive, but not in the hospital or anything. Just don't know really what's all going on. I don't know if I just hit a wall and I'm wore out or what. Had a lot of spiritual battles. Found myself in a very dark place a couple weeks ago. A lot of things happened, making me reanalyze some things, trying to make sure I know where God wants me and what's going on. I've had to kind of pull back from people and things. We're building the organization up. We've taken some really, really big steps. We're on this reawakening tour as a vendor now, and it's been huge for our organization. It's taken a lot of energy, time, effort from everybody in USLA. So, got the dog, trusty buddy. We're making leaps and bounds with the organization. It's really meeting a lot of high-profile people. I don't know where it's going to go yet, but it's progress. So I've been on the road team driving with a buddy of mine, and that's been really hard on me. Trying to keep my company up, just analyzing life and what's going on in the world, and trying to survive like everybody else, I guess, right now. So I got a message from, I think, Michael, asking if I was okay. I just haven't had time to get on, y'all, and when I do, my internet doesn't work right, my phone doesn't work right. They're trying to force me on the 5G. I don't want to be on 5G. I don't know if it's everyone's phone's on 4G. I don't know if it's just my phone on 4G that I'm having issues with. I have no idea. So let's get to the life, I guess, world. What's going on in the world today? Elections. Big deal. Hopefully everyone's publicized a lot of stuff saying that there may or may not be interference in trying to stop the actual election date. Who knows? Brazil, that's going to probably get me knocked off. Y'all know what's going on with Brazil. They had elections, and guess what happened to their elections? If you look at their graph, it looks eerily similar to 02. putting up with that shit. Good for them. I support them. I know that a lot of that stuff, a lot of them flocked over to Clout Hub, I assume, because Fascist Book is censoring the shit out of them. So I haven't paid attention the last couple days. I may not be completely up to date on what's going on. From what I understood, they were supposed to be moving toward a military audit based on the Constitution, which good for them, because that's what we should have been doing. Hey, Michael, just talking about you. So, I just been getting beat up a little bit in life. What do they say? When you're over the target, that's when you get the biggest pushback or something. Slowly coming back. I've had to reorganize my focus to literally my organization. Well, our organization, the 5 of us and stuff, and my work. That's all I can do right now. And that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I think that's what the Lord's telling me, is that I need to not be tied to people at the moment, because I have to be reaching out to people. And if I'm tied to people, as in, you know, my emotions or concerns, like, I'm very empathetic to the people in my life. I love them to death. I would do anything for them. If they had, you know, called me and said I need this, whatever, I'd be there in a heartbeat. But I think my personal, mental, emotional well-being was tied to some people that I'm not supposed to be tied to people that way right now. And so I have to basically stand on my own 2 feet, and that's okay. It's just, it's a reminder. It's a reminder. Every time I get a little too emotionally tied into something, I get reminded by the Lord that I'm supposed to stand on my own 2 feet for a while. Not that I can't accept help or anything, but just I can't get so caught up in thinking that somebody or multiple people will be able to save me and pull me out of the depths of hell. I know there's people in my life that would be willing to do it, but I cannot depend on it. I can't allow myself to depend on it. That's not my function, I guess. So, anyway, so Reawakening Tour, 2nd time. We're going to Nashville in January. We're going to keep following this tour. Hopefully we're going to be able to start more vendor booths up in different places. Let me tell you, it is exhausting for an introverted person to be extroverted. Heading to the honor rally in Lampy, I think, here in just a little bit. There's supposed to be some people there from the convoy, original convoy, the People's Convoy. I don't know who all is there. Since we're in the area, definitely want to get going. One of the co-organizers, Matt, was with me here. He spent too, man. It's been hard on both of us. We're learning some lessons, good and bad. So, making contacts. I don't know where this world is gonna go right now. None of us do. But we gotta keep networking. We gotta keep growing. We gotta keep building. We gotta keep, working relationships and trust. Because there's gonna come a time that we'll be able to flip that. We're gonna have to flip the switch, and then all of us that have been working together and trusting each other are gonna be able to come in full force and put things right again, I guess is the best way I can put it. So I'm excited to actually talk to y'all. I've kind of reclused out, not just on YouTube, but on everybody the last couple weeks, I guess. I don't really know all of what media is saying right now. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I do know that I find it interesting how they talk about one side being more aggressive than the other, and then turn around and basically start calling people, white women, cockroaches, and dehumanizing them on the other side. And the moment you start to dehumanize people, it doesn't matter if you like them or not, when you dehumanize them, they have no value in your eyes. They are now a second-class citizen, and we already knew that, but I'm going to bring it up. We have no right to dehumanize anybody. We all have the same inherent rights as individuals. It doesn't make my rights any more important than your rights. I have no right to step on your rights, and there is a huge difference when you start doing that. One of the other things that has been really bothering the crap out of me about everybody and everything is, there's a big difference. I think we haven't been able to really put it into words, and there was a gentleman in Tennessee that did, and I want to tell his name, but at the same time, I also know that he likes discrepancy about him. So I will say enough to give him credit for it. Thank you for putting it out there. But there is a huge difference between acceptance and approval. We may not agree with other people's decisions, but they have the right to make some of those decisions, like their lifestyle decisions. And we will accept your right to do that, whether we agree or not. You, or those that are arguing and pushing and fighting and the most aggressive, are trying to force us to approve of the behavior or the lifestyle. And that is wrong. Big difference between acceptance and approval. We do not have to approve of what you are doing. We do not have to approve of your lifestyle, but we are accepting of your right to make that choice. And I think that we need to start being very clear and very specific on our language about it and defining that, because I think the average person who starts to hear that conversation, it starts to change the way they think and go, you know what, you're right. I will accept it, but I do not approve of it, and you cannot force me to approve of it. And that's what we've been having, is the forced, them trying to force people to approve it. That's when you got the bakers getting sued. They don't have to make you a fucking cake. They do not approve of what you do. They can accept your business if they choose, but you do not have the right to force them to approve of what you're doing. Period. I guess that's the easiest way I can put it right now. Let's see if I can see it. See it patent furnished. Alright, so that was one of the things I wanted to point out, is that we need to start having these language discussions, because that's what they're doing to us. They're gonna. Yes, I am heading right now to see Mona and them, and then Nashville. Yeah, we're going to Nashville in January on the We Awakening tour. Pertinent streams, I thought you'd be interested. Yes, Michael, I have seen them. I'm getting back into a schedule, y'all. A routine. I've been so out of routine. I can adjust to chaos quite well, but some things go by the wayside, and it looks like there's a huge wreck in front of me, which is gonna slow me down. But that's where I'm heading, is to Mona's rally right now. As soon as I get some print stuff for organization. Let's see, what else? Where are we at? We are getting ready to do a second educational packet, y'all. If any of you guys have information or original sources on weather modification, because weather modification equals climate change. As soon as they stop doing whatever they're doing up there in the atmosphere, then they can have, then we can have an honest conversation about what we're doing down here. And until then, F off. I want to get original sources regarding Hurricane Ian. I believe that was full on controlled. I don't even believe it. I've got some pretty pertinent evidence regarding it. So I think that's going to be the way to go. Internet of Bodies. Going to say a whole bunch of keywords right now. We all know that circles around the digital currency, graphene oxide, nanotechnology, Yuval Harari, all that. Yeah, Monkey Works. I need to get a hold of him, Michael. I've seen a couple things. Actually, a friend of mine up in New Jersey, he points them out to me quite frequently, which I'm very grateful for. But I need to get in touch with the guy and be like, here's what I'm looking for. I need original sources, because just going through his video, I think it's just gonna take up more time than good right now for me. And if he's tracking all that, I'm sure that he's got better access to it, because he only covers so much. It looks like this car just went up the hill, and that's what's going on. What else we do? We're doing education, so we're trying to figure out what part of, it's all important. It's all important. Hey, you see? Ooh-wee, man. At least nobody's hurt. Nobody's hurt. We just got through a wreck. Nobody's hurt. Thank goodness. Election integrity. We are not discussing, O2 is, from this point on forward, election integrity. There's a lot of organizations starting to get together, and the point is, one day, one vote, one ID. Paper. None of this electronic bullshit anymore. We're done. I grew up in politics. I've never seen it take more than a day, unless it was contested. And to normalize this, as of we know, is unacceptable. Unacceptable. So there's a lot of organizations, paper vote, paper vote, one day to count, one ID, one vote. So that's what everybody's starting to push for now. There's a discussion on that. And I don't even want to say it. Let's just say if you know, you know. It would be KM or associated in, Eastern Europe from long ago, underground, they got their fingers in everybody's pie kind of thing. Now we're finding the Christian strain of it that has to do with, I'll just say, Templar. I'm sure that'll trigger it off. Start introducing who these people are, and getting people to understand that this isn't I don't even know how to say it on here without getting in trouble. So those are the big hot topics that we're getting ready to do on this educational pack. If any of you guys have information, sources, want to help with research, any of that stuff, please email at usla.admin@protonmail.com. Or message any of us if you know us, or on Facebook, whatever. Just feel free to message or email these get done every 6 months or less. Tommy had a great idea about, we're developing it into a magazine with subscriptions, and Kickin Chicken looks like, yeah. Once you know who's doing how. Hey, you see, he can direct you to the source, get you in the tracking system, Michael. Yeah, Michael, that's what I would like to do with Monkey. Do you, by any chance, have a direct link to Monkey? Hi, Glory B. How are you? Hey, so, Robert. Hello, Robert. So I'm having to take on a little bit more of a refined, it's real. I mean, I'm a cowgirl, I'm out of West Texas, but a little more refined look. So you're probably going to see this a lot more. It's not that I'm being fake. You got to refine yourself as you start growing up and maturing, I guess. Yeah, Michael, if you could reach out to him, I would be grateful. If you have a direct link, I mean, all we can do is try. I'm going to try and email him too. I emailed a couple other organizations to try and get their original sources. I haven't heard from them. I'm just going to have to barrage them with emails, I guess. Let them know I'm serious. So, hang on. I'm still trying to find where I'm supposed to go here. Spicy peach. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say how old I am right now, but I know that I'm exhausted, and I'm mustering all the energy I have left to do this thing tonight at the rally, and then I'm out. I have slept myself a week just so I can do this, honestly. But that's because I've been really sick. So I don't know. They've been seeding the cloud. They literally been seeding the clouds up in my place. 9 months of freaking drought, and all of a sudden we have rain all summer. The weather modification in place in San Angelo. So they've been showing that they've been seeding the clouds, and I'm just I don't know. I'm not shocked by it, but I'm annoyed because either do it or don't do it. I don't know. I guess it's annoying me because I'm trying to figure out how much hands-on they're doing and how much not, and it's if you can make it fucking rain all of a sudden for 2 months, why were we in a drought for 9 months? And it's rhetorical. Completely rhetorical, because I do know. They're just, hopefully they shot themselves in the foot and made it so bad that, people are starting to wake up. Yeah. Although I think they did shoot themselves in the foot, because something came out that said 59% of corporations no longer wish to utilize the ESG program because it's hurting their bottom dollar. What? No. The inflation and the economy is so bad that they will put that shit on hold because it's affecting them. You guys did it too much. So, alright, y'all. I have to go make copies. Let's see. He's in Israel right now for 2 more weeks. Okay. Info on the Mississippi drying up. Yeah, I noticed that. I went across Mississippi. I actually noticed that. I find it interesting that all the rivers are drying up. And, you know, it's actually, I'm trying to figure out how. I mean, obviously it doesn't make sense. So, how many more they need to cheat? But, I guess give me 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna go make these copies and stuff, and if you wanna, I'll jump back on and I'll have a conversation with y'all while we're going down there, and then stream if I can. If my phone will let me stream down there around all the festivities. It's really hard to stream when I'm at the vendor booth at the Reawakening tour, just because it's so many people, which is a good thing. There was so many people there this weekend, thank God. And just talking to them all between Matt and I, we can do it, but it takes a lot more energy to be an extrovert, let me tell you, if you're not. So I will sign off for now, y'all, and I'll hit you back up. I'll throw it back on in about 15 minutes, and I will go from there. All right? It's good to see y'all. Bye.